some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hi there, folks. Welcome to another Thursday night Stupid O'Clock. It's still bloody cold outside, but from what I've seen of weather reports here lately, we might get another pouring rain over the weekend, and then might get some more warm weather next week before spring finally condescends to make its presence known. With me here tonight is Joe Bachman, and I do hope my voice is coming out on the speakers because I can't hear anything coming through mine. So, nope, nothing.
I'm kidding. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, that worried me for a minute. Carl is here. Dawn is here, maybe briefly. Aunt Donna's here, so yeah, it just.
Yes, I am.
The computer been off all day, basically pissed off. I tried to do everything as soon as the desktop came up. Well, I mean, oh, and Don has a special message for you, Joe. Trey fell for you for a reason. And I'm sure it wasn't just sheer persistence. And Daniel Berry is here. Happy Thursday, yes. It was pretty nice outside today. Went out a few times to check on the cats, retrieve food bowls and whatnot. Checked for packages that are now a month late being delivered. Yeah, well, Lindsay and I have both looked into it, and it's basically they printed out the shipping label, and UPS has yet to pick up the package and start bringing it down from New York. I'm going, well, weather's probably kind of iffy up there still, so we'll see. I'll complain once I find out that spring, well, not spring, but, you know, the roads have thawed somewhat. Trey fell because I think he tripped her. Smart man.
I will never tell.
Hey, well, I'm putting money on the fact you caught her on the way down. gravity is not a pleasant thing to experience all of a sudden. Oh. How go the road work up there?
It goes. It goes as best as it can.
Yeah.
Luckily, this weekend we shouldn't need to go out, so that'll be nice. Everybody will get Valentine's weekend off, so
That's always good.
This week has just been I haven't put any of my time in this week, and I'm gonna have to sit down like first thing tomorrow morning and try and figure out what the hell I'm billing to and how many hours and to where and when, and my timesheet's gonna be a goddamn disaster tomorrow.
It's all right. You can make it work. And Dawn is working on the blurb to put with the t-shirt for Ted. She is one wordy chica. So many replies come to mind. None of them we can use tonight.
But yeah, I so I've been helping out with the toll road drainage project still, with doing cost estimations and photo captions, and then I've been doing IT work for the company, well, for our department, almost every day. I've been doing stuff for the I-94 project almost every day. I've been doing stuff for my signals project almost every day. But because we bill hourly to we bill to those jobs, I have to try and remember what I'm billing to each day.
Yeah, I can understand. We had a few messages from Thistly in the links in chat, and she may or may not be able to pop in for a few minutes, but she does have to get up at 4 a.m. to go to work. She said being a medical student is difficult. And yes, I had to stop and edit that statement in the middle of making it. So, oh, so, well, I'm a little bit bummed out. Our 19-year-old cat may have to go to the vet for, well, to put it bluntly, to be put to sleep, and I'm not very happy about that. But then again, I am not very happy about her worsening cancer. So yeah, it may be a merciful decision, but I don't really want to have to make that call. But as soon as I see more signs of her not having a quality of life, then yeah, it'd just be.
Yeah, we had to do that with a few of the rats. Over the years, where it was like, okay, we need to just take them in and have them put to rest.
Yeah, it's not like with Blaze, where she was happy all the time, but then physically deteriorated rapidly and finally passed on her own terms.
Right.
But yeah, With Hillary, it's not going to be on her own terms because she could last quite a while longer. But if she's going to be in pain, I'm not going to be able to stand it. I mean, this is the same reason I gave up hunting decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just too soft-hearted. Yes, Donna, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Sometimes the best decisions are the hardest ones. Yeah. It's just another part of life. It's another responsibility that I knew I was going to have to assume as soon as she was born. No, but I say the same thing about all of them. Sooner or later, what seems like a horror may turn out to be a mercy. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit, there's something else. What was I about to look at? I saw a notification for something on my phone.
Mm.
It made me go, oh, I need to look at that. And now I'll be damned if I can remember what it was.
Now, is anybody else getting really bizarre recommendations from YouTube lately?
I'm not
'Cause
on YouTube enough to watch stuff outside of like our, kind of group of shows and like the occasional Fallout 76 videos that I don't really look at the suggestions that often.
well, I mean, my viewing habits are I watch a lot of canal boat videos and people cooking and people reacting to other people cooking and people from different countries reacting to American cuisine. And all of a sudden, I started getting lots and lots of suggestions for um, very attractive women sitting in the snow. And they're talking about cold therapy, and I go, that's not therapy, that's exhibitionism. Uh, she's leaving her mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's like the time 3 or 4 years ago. The only ads I ever got on YouTube were for um, swimsuits and um, nightgowns and things like that. And I'm going, um, sorry, I don't remember clicking on anything like that before. How did you decide that was up my alley?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna drive me nuts now. I was gonna check something now. I don't remember what the hell it was.
No, Dawn, that was perfectly fine. It's not the phrase; it's the actual thing. Um, Believe me, I've lost enough pets over the years, always to natural causes. This would be the first time that I ever consciously decided that it's time. So, you know, it's a personal thing. You can either find it cute or find it obnoxious about me. Um, I don't care either way. I'm just always going to be me. Um, I'd really love to find out what's holding up this Army surplus order in New York besides you can't travel on the road because it's a foot of ice. But, you know,
Hmm.
it would be great to to actually have somebody address that and go, yeah, the weather's crap. We can't get UPS to get up here with a truck and haul it to the sunny south. Yeah, sunny south. We got plenty of sun. We just got no heat. Um, if it weren't for my space heater, I'd be sitting here shivering. I'm already wearing a sweater, um, which I don't normally need to do. Hmm. Ah, that's some good cough medicine right there. Probably going to have to open another bottle of Dayquil at night with NyQuil tomorrow. So I'm just about out of the Dayquil, and between Lindsay and I, we're just about out of the previous bottle of NyQuil too. I had a horrible morning of waking up and coughing and coughing and coughing, and I had to slug some NyQuil in order to try and keep from waking Lindsay up before her internal alarm clock went off, which is basically 5:30, 6 o'clock, so she can get up and start feeding the cats. I don't know why. Well, yes, I do know why she got into that habit. She used to get up at the same time I did when I had to get ready to go to work on day shift. And she's got all the pets into this early morning feeding and mid afternoon feeding. And that way, it's kind of a schedule now that I no longer have to get up and go to work.
Mm-hmm.
She's sticking to it. Oh, okay. Postal Service keeps warning about late deliveries, but my cigars out of Pennsylvania have been on time. Yeah. Probably shouldn't say it, but all your deliveries have been a couple of days ahead of the standard delivery day. Well, according to the website notice and the tracking, UPS was supposed to pick up this package on the 29th of January. And then right under that, it says they've not picked up the package yet. So it's not the company I ordered stuff from, it's the shipping. Unfortunately, they have a very odd tracking system. So I'm not sure how informative it is, but when I click on the UPS number for the package, it says they haven't picked it up yet. When I go to UPS deliveries, it says they haven't picked it up yet. So I don't bear any ill will towards the vendor. I'm just wondering, is the weather not getting any better up there in New York, or what?
Probably still trying to dig out.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, here we go. Donna's monitor is supposed to arrive their location tomorrow,
Nice.
and the stupid smart TV she's using is driving her crazy. Yeah. Lindsay was having problems with all the Roku TVs in our house. So something made her look up the cell phone app to turn her cell phone into a Roku remote control. After that, everything started working. So it's the remotes, it's not the TVs.
Yeah.
The remotes just die quickly, and it's not because of flat batteries or anything. So we've changed the batteries multiple times, and it didn't do any good. So now she can just sit there with her cell phone and act like a typical teenager and never have the cell phone out of her hand and watch whatever she wants to watch in the living room, in the bedroom. It's all working just fine that way. So I'm wondering what is going on with those remotes? Are they just cheaply manufactured or what?
Could be.
Yeah, I wasn't the one that signed up for the service, so I'm not the one that's inconvenienced by it. Most of the stuff I want to watch, I can catch from uh, a subscription to some online channel. So all I got to do is click the mouse. So that's good for me, but it's not helping her composure on the days before she figured out that, hey, there's an app to use on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I've been trying
Yeah.
to pop my neck all day, and um, I mean, I sleep very well with that fancy pillow that I ordered. Breathing just fine. Get out of bed, no pain. Sit in my chair at the desk, and all of a sudden, it's nothing but pain. And I'm going, sounds like I got a crappy computer chair. But I'm not going to order one. I'd really rather go to a brick and mortar place and sit in a few of them and find out which ones are actually comfortable. Maybe old fashioned, but so I am.
Also, having the Roku app on your phone for the remote is a great feature when you're trying to log in to the various streaming services,
Mm-hmm.
because then you can type in your password from the phone using the phone's keyboard.
Mm-hmm. She's used to that. I've got I got a Bluetooth keyboard that were I still using it right now, I could switch between the the desktop, the laptop, the cell phone, and even the iPad. Although I'd have to choose to remove one because it's only got 3 different options there. But yeah, I love those keyboards. They're just you can't you can't spill anything on them because they're ruined instantly. It's a good brand. It has a remarkable number of um, different devices you can get to plug into a computer or even Bluetooth into a computer. But, you know, soon as you nod off and tip a glass over, that's $40 down the drain. The last thing you want is to wake up in the middle of the night and see that your computer has been typing the letter T for 7 hours while you slept. So So I've got that thing set aside to use as an emergency backup. I've got a nice keyboard that seems to survive me rather well. And then I've got another spare beyond that one that I haven't even tried yet. And then the Bluetooth one, which I'm pretty much, I need to take the batteries out of it soon so they don't get old and burst. But that's my emergency backup. The tertiary backup, as it were. Learned a lot from NASA over the years, didn't I? Need to have backups for your backups for your backups. That's why I have so many external hard drives. Back everything up, turn that one off, turn another one on, back everything up again. Over and over again till you've got all kinds of stuff. There was one brand of external hard drive that I used to be very fond of using, but occasionally their hard drives would just totally fail to spin up. And I found out, hey, I can take it apart, put a brand new external hard drive in it. It fits. And use those same enclosures for new drives. Of course, I got a bunch from old computers that I don't know even if a data recovery service could get anything out of them. And that's expensive.
I was going to say, depending on which data recovery service you send it to, they probably could.
Well, it'd be nice, but
you're also talking
big money. Yeah. Quite frankly, I'd rather buy a tractor.
So when I worked at Staples, there was 2 different data recovery services we could send hard drives out to Seagate for.
Mm-hmm.
And one was basically what we called the white glove service, which is where they actually took the hard drive into a, basically, static free, decontaminated, sterile room, took it apart and read straight from the disk.
That would, I think, be what I would have to use. I had limited success replacing the controller cards in a hard drive, but it never worked for very long. Maybe I just wasn't being able to locate the top of the line replacement controller cards. But yeah, there was nothing wrong with the actual physical disc.
Mm-hmm.
There was a place, Carl. Yeah, it's not the FBI, but there was a place out in California and said, "Hey, ship it to us. We'll get your info off of these discs, but you're going to have to pay us plenty."
Yeah, the way they did it was for that service, because if you were sending it in for that service, you were basically like, this is a last ditch effort to get information. So their rule of thumb was, it was sent in, they would try to get the data, they would send us the data that was able to be retrieved, and we could show it to the customer on one of the computers we had there at the, behind the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And if the customer said, yes, I will take what they were able to get, then they paid the fee. But it was an all or nothing thing. If they took any part of that data, they had to pay the fee.
Yeah.
They couldn't say, well, you didn't get it all, so I'll take what you got, but I'm not paying you. No, you're
That ain't gonna work.
Or I'm
Somebody
paying a
did the
reduced
work, they
fee.
deserve to be paid.
Right.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna pay 10 grand to have a whole bunch of photographs of Betty Page recovered from a hard drive that went dead when the internet was still on its first diaper. So, oh, that's wonderful news, Dawn. Ted shirts are almost ready to order.
Nice.
Please be sure to tell us, because that'd be something neat to have. And it would be helpful for y'all. Mm.
I have also been looking into, in case we do need to jump ship from Discord due to the settings they're going to put in place next month.
That
with
does.
the age verification. I have been looking for alternatives or trying to figure out how to self-host.
Yes, a friend of mine up in Kentucky got tired of having to deal with a bunch of other companies and just took an old computer apart and rebuilt it into basically a server farm. So he's got that plugged up in one of his closets and running several fan adjacent websites. So yeah, age age verification in Discord doesn't bother me. I'm as old as dirt. And if they use the green room data for AI, that might just end AI for good. Either that or lead to a whole new generation of Godzilla movies that we have never even conceived of having before.
Right.
Oh, Godzilla versus the fembots. Who knows? Yeah, that question. Where were you when Kennedy was shot? And I'm going, hell, dude, I can tell you where I was when Lincoln was shot. They might not want to believe it, but I'm sure Nick would.
Actually, here's a interesting article I just found.
Oh.
And this was actually published yesterday in PC Gamer. Discord clarifies it is not requiring everyone to complete a face scan or upload an ID, and will confirm your age group using information we already have. Apparently, in their latest blog, Discord clarifies it's not requiring everyone to complete a face scan or upload an ID to use Discord, and that the vast majority of people can continue using Discord exactly as they do today without ever being asked to confirm their age. Turns out you've likely already given Discord enough data for it to accurately guess your age and allow you access.
I gave them my name and my email. They should be able to figure out how old I am from that.
For the majority of adult users, you'll be able to confirm your age group using information you already have. We use age prediction to determine with high confidence when a user is an adult. This allows many adults access to age-appropriate features without completing an explicit age check.
All they have to do is use some. Just look at the camera footage. Here's my ID. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Carl, quit torturing Donna unless she asks you to.
Everybody loves the tip.
I don't think I'd even used my reply in the green room. So I do have standards to uphold. They're rather low, but they are standards. May have to restock the beer fridge tomorrow. Lindsay wants to take me out for a Valentine's Day date tomorrow. There are several places she is trying to decide between that she thinks would be just perfect for us to sit and have a nice quiet dinner of some kind. I haven't the faintest idea of the cuisine variance between them. I'll find out when I get there. But, you know, there's not many restaurants that I would, in this area, that I would just go, no, I'm not going there, and turn and walk away. And most of those are the upscale yuppie types that basically charge you $20 for a shrimp.
Yeah.
Not a plate of shrimp, one singular shrimp.
Oh. Yeah, we're going to we're going to meet my old neighbor and his wife over at one of the. I gotta find out which Four Winds casino they're going to.
Ooh, yeah.
So I know which one to meet them at.
Yeah, really. It's no use showing up at the wrong one.
Yeah. Because they have a good buffet there, and his wife's never been to a casino here in the U.S. yet, so PC Gamer, I think, is actually still a printed magazine. I think I actually have seen that at Barnes & Noble last time I was there. Or Books A Million. I've been in Books A Million more recently, but yeah, his wife is from Thailand, and her birthday was actually today. So he's taking her out for her birthday / Valentine's Day, and taking her up for the buffet, and then giving her some money to play on at the casino.
Oh, that's nice. We went grocery shopping a couple of days ago. We walked in, and they had a huge display bouquets of flowers for Valentine's Day. And I saw one that just stood out to my artistic eye. And I said, Lindsay, if you like this one, I'll buy it for you. If you don't, I'll leave it on the shelf. And she goes, oh, no, it's got heather. And I really love those little tiny rosettes of the whatever the purple and white thumbnail size balloons are. And I go, good. Let me find one of the plastic bags to keep it from dripping all over our groceries. We'll put it in the cart. So, yeah, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday because that was the same day where we had lots of time to kill in between her early morning dentist appointment to get her dentures adjusted and late afternoon pickup time. And then that damn wheel, I think they chipped the dentures while they
Ooh.
were making them fit better. So we were leaving the place. She puts them in. She goes, "Hey, they messed these up. I mean, they're not broken or anything. They're just no longer comfortable." So I think somebody got a little wild with a Dremel. Anyway, next month she goes back and should be for her permanent pair, and they better be working right when it's time for her to leave for the day because she doesn't want to go back. This will be she had a temporary which was very oversized around the gum line so that it would fit from the swelling from having teeth pulled.
Yeah.
And then she had these intermediate pair that she actually liked quite a lot before they got their hands on Wednesday, and then go back for what should be the permanent pair. I mean, I had the temporary to deal with having my teeth pulled and all the swelling in your jaw and everything. And then I had what's supposed to be my permanent pair, and I've never made another appointment because I rarely ever thaw them out from the freezer and put them in. Yeah, unless I'm going to a steakhouse, and even then, if they know how to cook a steak, I won't need teeth.
True.
I'll just gum it vigorously.
Well, you're gonna have to monologue for a few minutes. I need to make a run down the hall.
Go right ahead. PC Gamer is probably just a website now instead of a printed magazine. That was over this joke. If you work as a knocker-upper, yeah, well, they call those sperm donors nowadays, Don. That's surprising, Joe. I'll look to see whether or not they actually still have printed copies of PC Magazine next time that they go to a bookstore. Now, Carl, I do use consequently, but temporary is very rare in my vocabulary. I do know what it is, and I may actually even remember where it came from. It's a long, long way from here, I'll tell you that. Used to do reviews for PC Gamer ages ago. I had a friend who'd gotten into computers years before I did, and there were several cardboard boxes full of different PC magazines that he just said, "Hey, you might want to look at these." So I did, and there were lots and lots of things that I found. Not only the articles found useful, but there were ways to increase your knowledge of how computers work and how programs are written. And they always had these things where, if you want to convert this to run on a Commodore 64 or a TRS-80 or What was the other one? Not the Amiga, because that's basically just an upscale Commodore. Anyway, I can't remember. And I would try and go through the lines of code, and I would translate those from the code that work. Yeah, Tandy, TRS-80. I have a Model 1, a Model 2, and a Model 3 out in one of the sheds. Matter of fact, I even had 5 1/4 floppy drive for the Coco 3. And yeah, I would just kind of see what worked, study the different codes and the syntax of the programming commands, and try and translate it to a Coco 3 from all the other different languages. I mean, it was some of them were basic, some of them were in what is it, DS2? They were all kind of proprietary, so they all had different quirks. So I had to figure those out, and I had, no big problem. I found out how to make it work. I mean, they weren't particularly useful, but I learned. Probably made it easier when I finally graduated to using a new computer and Excel, because I found programming in what is it, VBA in Excel very, very familiar. And then working on scripts for the MIRC program, where you just click and it would pop up a whole bunch of different responses or ASCII art or whatever. I did take most of the ASCII art out of the scripts after a while, because they weren't all that useful as the chat community evolved. I don't know that I've ever actually tried to do anything with Fortran, although I do know that it exists, and basically that it was a very early language. Got a couple of manuals for different generations of DOS, which come in handy now if I've got a table with a wobbly leg, but that's about it. Batch files. I wrote a DOS batch file because my now 25-year-old grandson was getting a little exploratory with my computer in my office, and was looking at girly pictures that he shouldn't have access to. So that was back when I had a computer that actually had the little key switch where you could turn the keyboard off. So I had it automatically boot up, go through a bunch of messages that had to scroll up the screen, and then end in a bright red screen that says, preparing to format the C drive, press any key to continue. Since the keyboard was turned off and I kept the key on my keychain rather than there in the computer, first time he ran across that, he goes, no more porn on granddaddy's computer. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. Yeah, well, computers evolved a lot since then. He's got his own. He's I forget whether it was one tour or two tours in the Middle East. Or whether that was a different grandson, because I know I've got another grandson who's about 10 years older that has done 2 tours of duty in the Middle East and had trouble adapting to civilian life after he didn't re-up anymore. He wanted to get a job with one of those security companies to wind up right back there, but not as a uniformed soldier, as a rent-a-cop. And he and his mother, or I and his mother, tried to persuade him, no, you've got a son now. You need to stay here. You don't want your son to grow up knowing that you went off to be a cop on another continent, and unfortunately, due to bad situations that you were assigned to, you never came home. It worked. He didn't re-up. He didn't, well, not that I would have stood in his way if he'd wanted to re-up. I mean, military service is a honorable and practically sacred thing in my family. But, just because I can't seem to find a job, I can't seem to find a girlfriend that isn't trying to marry me so she can divorce me and take my pension. There are ways around both of those.
Whew.
Feel better?
I'm pretty sure I just violated the Geneva Convention, but
that's all right. Wouldn't be the first time. Maybe
definitely
first
won't be
time
the
for
last.
you, but
Definitely won't be the last either.
Well, I just basically blathered on for a little while. Oh, and when I clicked on StreamYard to get into the stream today, because I have ops on this account, it asked me to clarify monetization details.
Oh,
and I'm going, well, I mean, it's StreamYard, YouTube, both together. But I'm going, sorry, you got to ask Joe Dog about that. Besides, we don't have enough subscribers to be monetized.
Well, what it is, YouTube is now kind of doing like Twitch, it sounds like, where they're going to be able to add in like the pre-roll ads. So like people who aren't on YouTube Premium, when they come into our stream, like especially if we were a monetized channel, they would get an ad before actually getting into the stream. Because I had that same thing pop up when I was doing creatives at Play the other day, and because we also put that to the Madness Entertainment Group channel, which they are monetized, I asked Pops Van Zandt, what he, if he wanted me to turn that on. He's like, he goes, guess it wouldn't hurt.
Oh, well,
I told him, like, it's your channel, dude. You tell me if you want me to turn it on or not. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure Joe Dog is going to say no to having ads run during stupid o'clock, or next time I have to do a last man standing. But then again, he might find a pittance of a monthly check be, or quarterly for that case, be preferable to not receiving anything at all. I just don't know.
Well, you still have to meet all of YouTube's requirements for monetization before you can. Because even if I, like, for the creatives that play, even if I turned on the ads feature, it wouldn't make a difference. It wouldn't play them because I'm not monetized.
And I don't think Stupid O'Clock is ever going to get monetized because it's too much of a hobby thing. I mean, basically, 90 to 98% of the people who watch the shows are folks we hang out with at conventions.
Right.
I mean, I've got a couple of subscribers from over in England, but that's just because I told them about the channels and they popped over, checked it out, and hit subscribe. And I don't know if they watch anything or not. They never comment, so maybe they were just being polite. I mean, subscribing doesn't cost anybody anything. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was sitting here watching a canal boat video. I think it was Monday. Lindsay comes back to tell me something, and she took one look at the video and goes, "You sure you don't want to move to England and buy yourself one of those boats?" Because she misses England a lot because of the better public transport and the family connections that she still has. I mean, she's survived most of the elderly members of her family. It'd just be, and I just looked at her and go, we can't afford a mortgage on a house and a boat. And we wouldn't be able to take any of our pets with us without any enormous fees for the health and safety checks. And British insurance companies would not give me any insurance on the boat because I'm American.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we actually had a house in England before we bought the boat, they wouldn't entertain the idea of issuing me any insurance for the boat. So, yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it would be fun if it was, everything would work, but it's just not going to work. Plus, flying back over 12 hours from England to attend Mother's Day meal with my family and mom. While I do have some savings, I don't have that much in savings. I'll never be rich. I'll never be wealthy. Let me say that better. That way Richie doesn't ding me for using his name. But over here I can be comfortable. Start adding mortgages and I wouldn't be comfortable anymore.
Yeah.
I'd be down to the genteel poor once again. Finally figured out which corner of the screen to look in for the timer as to how long we've been doing this today. I mean, the countdown to the start time is on one side, the count up from the start time is on the other. First world problems.
Aren't they great?
Yeah. Son of Kronos. Hope the story system gets working well again. You might want to amplify that a little bit so we know exactly which online story system you're referring to. Could be an Apelian writer, an Apelian reader, could be fans of one or more of the writers in our particular friend group. I just don't know. That's quite all right, Carl. I could imagine that. You do have to approve several posts quite regularly because we're a wild and rambunctious crew, and sometimes you have to get the ruler out and slap our knuckles for posting something we shouldn't have.
What are you talking about? Aunt Donna and I are perfect angels.
Yeah, and so's Dawn, right. Oh, there we go. Now we get to the meat of the problem. It's okay, except for Joe Dog. I am an angel, yes. Yes, Don, we're well aware. And so was Lucifer at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Carl. You know that's never going to happen. Got to be up. Oh, got to be awake to take Ted to radiation therapy in the morning. Yes. I misread that at first, Dawn. I thought you had originally said you got to be up all night to take Ted to treatments in the morning. Anytime, sweetie. Go to bed, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm croaking first. Don't bet on it. Oh, come on now. Uncle Carl's too old to put the disco pants on again. Oh. It'd be like me going home and Mom would say, "Hey, you've never worn this lime green laser suit that I bought you back in the 70s." I'm going, and I never will. I'm a long way from laser suit Larry.
I'm overthinking how I want to do this flyer.
Well, follow your initial impulse at first and then edit. Oh, Carl. Yeah, but you probably got to pick it out yourself. I didn't get to pick out the lime green. It just showed up in my closet one day, and Mom expected me to wear that. High school in the 70s was not the time to be wearing a leisure suit. We didn't have anybody in our school that could pull off that particular feat. Had a few that went for the really wide collars and fancy shirts, but not the whole suit.
Oh, come on.
Besides, I got bullied too much to get away with wearing cream-colored trousers for very long. Multiple pockets. Yeah, multiple pockets. I'll stick to medieval wear where I've got multiple pouches. At least then your biggest worry is what belt to hang them off of, because you got like 5 belts. One of them strung across your shoulder is a baldric. And not the one from oh Lord, I could remember the name of the program. Blackadder. Not that baldric. Thank you, Carl. I got it just as your message pulled up. Yep. And now that actor is doing, what is it, Time Team? Doing archaeology stuff. Oh. Yeah, I've seen him in several things, different programs, and Lindsay go, "Hey, you know who that is?" And I go, "Looks familiar, but I can't put a name to his face." And I go, "That's Baldric from Blackadder." And I'm going, okay. I can see it now, but I couldn't see it before. There are a couple of specials that kind of went into the far future with Blackadder, and they were pretty out there on those.
I just thought of something. I've been trying to figure out, because we're doing a author, artist, crafter, like vendors fair.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out, like, I've been trying to find like a border that would kind of encompass that, which you really don't see those three things together generally, you know. And I just thought about this. I'm going to ask you and Carl and Donna, since they're in the chat, would you mind if I use, because I'm going to have Indie CD there, a table for Indie CD there.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I used one of your book covers for the flyer? It'd be free advertisement.
I wouldn't mind at all. I don't think the publisher would require any payment for that. He'd probably consider it to be free advertising. Um, I would say, echoing Carl, go for it.
Excellent.
Well,
So that gives me something to work with.
that reminds me, I've still got 3 books to finish writing. I mean, just this last week, I signed the contract for the next 3 that should be coming out, but we haven't even started on the proof edits yet, so I don't know how long it'll be. Um, but there are others that are still unfinished that I need to knuckle down and finish. Because I've got to write some more Marin Ibrahim stories for Volume 2. I've got the fantasy story, which the publisher's really interested in, but I hit a brick wall on that one, and I'm not sure exactly how to continue it on to the ending I had in mind, or whether to change the ending to something else or what. I mean, it's a fantasy story. Yes, the hero characters have to win. That's part of the rules.
Yeah.
But how far off the deep end should I throw them before they get there? Um, and then what was the third one? I know there was a third one. What was it? I'll have to go back to my works in progress file and look that up. Uh, hmm. Oh, been fighting with the creative demons for quite a while now. You know, the muse went, "Hey, if you're not going to listen, I'm going to stop talking."
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure it was something completely different from what I've ever written before. Kind of like the fantasy story, which I've written a couple, but they were. I don't even like reading them, so I'm not sure that anybody else would. Needed a lot more work and a lot more experience before I could have turned them into something worthwhile. But I wrote them so early that I did not have the experience to make it work the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, it is about that time, Carl.
Yeah, it is. We got another couple of minutes first, but nothing says we have to stretch it out to hour and a half. Oh, finding it into media assets. That's going to be a challenge. Come on. I hit the scroll. Scroll. Ah, there we go. Found it. Although This one I like a lot. It doesn't really apply unless it's Friday night.
I am not drunk.
Yes, you are.
I am not fucking drunk.
Can you tell the time?
Yes. I am not fucking drunk.
Friday nights, that would definitely apply.
Right?
But here we go. Let's let Dawn get some sleep. Oh,
All right.
yeah. Yeah, we had one cat get sick this morning, and the one that usually gets blamed for that was lying across my ankles at the time.
Oh.
So I woke up, I crawled carefully out of bed, cleaned up the mess as best I could in the dark, and then crawled back into bed, and he never stopped purring. So I got that superpower going for me. But yep. Let's just say goodnight, Gracie, and call it. So
Call it an evening.
yes, I've got another meal I need to eat so that I don't get yelled at for not having any food today. But I have had just not dinner type food, just breakfast type stuff. And
Dinner is a good thing generally, yes.
certainly is. So we'll just say goodnight, everybody, without playing any of Joe Dog's little Warner Brothers clips. And we'll see you, for those of you who know, tomorrow night. For those of you who don't know, it's a possibility Saturday. Of course, it'll be an hour later than tonight started.
Yep.
So that may be beyond a reasonable bedtime for a lot of folks. We love you anyway.
Good night, folks.
Good night. Yes, I can see Joe Dog's frustration. It takes like 5 buttons to end something.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touch the face of God.